guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you are all okay. By the way, I'm absolutely boiling right now filming this. It's so hot in my bedroom. But one positive is downstairs, the office is hopefully going to be ready today. They're just doing the finishing jobs and I'm so excited to get in there, get desks in there for a lovely little workspace, but also just so I can have an amazing filming space so that I can do some great YouTubes. But yeah, I'm really excited. Before we get into this video, which is a very different one, my name's Hebe and I am a fitness coach. I am from the UK, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back and joining me. But also, don't forget, if you could hit the subscribe button and the like button if you do enjoy this video, I would be so grateful. It really will help me with trying to pursue my life on YouTube. But yes, without further ado, let's get into the video today, which is all about social media. Now, I've wanted to do this video for a while and I didn't really know exactly how to put it across. Essentially, I want to go through the good, the bad and the ugly about social media, and not essentially all negative, because social media is incredible and it can really help people get to places that they never ever thought was possible. So yeah, I want to go through the positives as well as the negatives, because the positives far outweigh the negatives. But I want to start by kind of going through my story very briefly, how I grew on Instagram, how far I grew on Instagram or social media, and what has changed in the time scale of the last kind of 12 to 14 months. So I originally started growing my Instagram in March last year when we went into lockdown, and we were so lucky that a lot of people were probably on their phones at that time, and we just decided to commit to something. There were two ways of going through this lockdown, and one of them was just sitting and doing nothing, and the second one was pursuing something, and that was what we decided to do. We just put our mindset into trying to we didn't even want to grow social media, Instagram. We didn't even want to do that. We just wanted something to do, and we didn't want to be bored, and we wanted to be busy. So we decided, why not help people that are at home, that don't really know what they're doing at the gym or home gym, and yeah, kind of help them better themselves. Especially last year, there was literally no excuses. You had so much time on your hands to do whatever you wanted, especially workout. So first of all, we had a really lucky kind of, not even head start, but I think we did it at the right time. So my Instagram very quickly started growing. I used hashtags, I was doing live workouts, I was posting probably twice a day, and at that time there were no reels. So I did used to do a couple of IGTVs. I didn't really love doing them. The reach wasn't great on them, but I know that they were beneficial to do. So that was one thing I would always say, is always make sure you go out of your comfort zone a little bit and do something that's not comfortable. I personally didn't find speaking in front of a camera easy. I'm a very sociable person, but just talking in front of a camera just seemed really weird. Like, it was so surreal for the first time. And anyway, from there I also started YouTube, which is very difficult to grow on, and I just was consistent with that, trying to find my feet with it and trying to find what I enjoyed filming, because I think the most important thing about everything is doing it because you love it. Like, I love posting certain things, which is why I post them. I don't post things because I feel like I have to. I post them because I love them and I want to share what I know with other people, because I think it will be beneficial for them. And I think that was the most pure thing about my growth last year, was that I literally was doing it because I loved it. I literally loved every single minute of it. If I could go back to lockdown 1, honestly, I loved it. It was literally so much fun. And anyway, we started growing, and obviously I didn't really realise, or I didn't really understand anything to do with algorithm. There's a lot of algorithm changes. Obviously the introduction of reels was also a thing, which definitely had a bit of a like trip in the algorithm, which was fine because I just had to stay consistent with it and try and work out how to manipulate my account for that. I did have a phase of going into a shadow ban. I had an image deleted for nudity. It was literally an image of me like in a workout gear, so I don't really know why it got deleted. I did appeal it, but it didn't work. And yeah, I then was shadow banned for exactly 2 weeks. I was not on any explore page or any hashtags whatsoever, and it was literally exactly 2 weeks, which I know is a shadow ban, which they don't say that they do, but it definitely was a shadow ban. And that, I think, was the first time for me that really I felt a switch in realizing how important to me this social media was. I had worked so hard to get my account to, I think I was probably about 80,000 right now, and I had literally worked my ass off for 3 to 4 months to get it there, maybe 3 months I'd say, to get it there. And I was devastated that someone had reported this photo that meant that I potentially was not growing or benefiting from social media. And I think that it 100% is a bit scary, because you don't want to be obsessed with it, and there is definitely elements of it that I'm completely and utterly obsessed with even now, not in a particularly negative way. I just love it, and I just want to work hard on it, and I just want to make sure that it's the best that it can be. I'm definitely a perfectionist with it, so because of that it can become a little bit negative in sense. I never used to feel like this, but I sometimes feel like I would compare myself to other creators, or I would compare myself to myself like 6 months before. So I remember at kind of Christmas time I probably gained a little bit of weight, and when I mean a little bit of weight, I mean absolutely hardly anything at all. And I looked back about 6 months prior when I was in a deficit, which obviously I'm going to be leaner, and thought, oh my god, maybe I should go back to that because I feel like I should. And thinking about it literally black and white, I would have done it because I felt that that's what I should have done for Instagram. And actually I'm so glad that I didn't. I just stuck to my guns and thought, no, do you know what, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I'm still gonna upload the way that I upload, and I don't really care. And I'm so glad that I did that, because I think that that could definitely have been a very negative trip in this journey, to allow myself to think that I need to be better. And I think that's probably the biggest negativity that I would say can come out of social media, is just that feeling of comparing yourself to others, comparing yourself to yourself previously, or your future self that you like really want to be. Also, I wouldn't say that I focus heavily on likes, but likes always will come into it, and I think it's something that is really frowned upon. Another Instagram have incorporated the function where you can't see people's likes, I think is really good. I haven't turned mine off. It may be something that I might do in the future, but I don't really feel the need for it for me right now. But I definitely have had a couple of them issues where I've gone, oh my god, what am I doing wrong? Why has this happened? And it's really easy to blame yourself, or not even blame yourself, but just think, I'm doing something wrong, I need to improve this, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that. And I've had a lot of tears over social media. A lot of times I've been upset and thought, oh my god, like I've got myself so upset about this. There have been, obviously, like I said, a couple of times where I've got myself a little bit teary over it, and then you feel guilty for being teary over it, because you think, I've got this amazing platform that I have managed to grow so well. Why am I getting myself overworked and up about it? And I think it's important to remember that it is natural. Everyone gets stressed about work. Everyone gets upset about work now and then, and I think that that's something that I've had to come to terms with. And this time last year, it wasn't a job for me. It was just a hobby, essentially. I think it's really important to make clear that I definitely had no income from it at all, really, until January this year. So by that point, I was probably on 130, maybe even 150,000 followers. I wasn't really making any income from it, and that is why obviously right now it's so different, because it is literally my sole income. And that's crazy to think I'm only on 188,000 or whatever, but it's a very small jump to then earning a living wage from it, which is very surreal and amazing. Which is obviously one of the positives that I'm going to speak about, is that you can literally create your life with it. We can work anywhere that we want. We can travel wherever we want. We have the freedom to do X, Y, and Z. We are so free with this job. And obviously I have Matt that works with me, which is just amazing. We are literally like a little team. We do so much together, which feels great, and it's definitely one of the big positives of it, is that you can make a living doing something that you literally love. Other positives are you make some amazing friends, you learn a lot about yourself, and you also get to help other people, like especially with my account, obviously it's fitness, even fashion accounts, like they get to help people with finding cute outfits or finding clothes that they want to wear or finding clothes that they feel confident in. And I think that it is a very big positive space for a lot of people, but I know that there can be some negatives behind it. I think one thing that's really hard sometimes to keep up with when you're trying to grow your Instagram or grow your social media is the ever-changing algorithm, and you can never keep on top of it, and you just have to keep pushing when it drops or when it feels low or when you just don't understand what do I need to do. You just need to be consistent and push through. I religiously have watched a guy called Josh Ryan on YouTube. I will link him, like I'll put a little thing of him here, and he is so lovely. He always messages me on Instagram if I have any questions, and if there's anything that I need. I followed him for a very long time on Instagram and YouTube, and I just found that he was so beneficial. All of the stuff that he used to say and all of the stuff that he used to, like all the information that he would give, especially when I was growing, was literally second to none. And also just puts your mind at rest a little bit when you're just thinking, what am I doing wrong? What more could I possibly be doing? Another thing that I would super highly suggest is spreading your social media over different platforms. So like I said, I didn't delve into TikTok until November, December time. I don't know why, it just didn't resonate with me. I just didn't like vibe with it. I just didn't really know how to use it, to be honest. I'm a bit of a technophobe actually, which is so ironic that I literally work on Instagram, but I'm a massive technophobe, and I just couldn't get to grips with it. So anyway, I was like, do you know what, it's time. Reels are now out. I can use very similar content, if not the same content, for Reels and TikTok. Let's just delve in. And it was realistically Matt that just gave me a bit of a kick up the ass and just said, right, let's do it, let's commit to it. And very quickly, again, I grew. Again, just from being consistent, posting things that I think people would be interested in, posting a lot of very recognizable fitness questions with answers, because that's something that is really important with TikTok, is I think learning is what is massive on there. Obviously dancing and all that kind of stuff is massive, but teaching people things is amazing because you can do it in such a short space of time and people literally love it. So really unique information is really good, because people just love it on there. But again, it also is always going to come with a couple of negatives, which is that the algorithm again can change dramatically. One thing that's really good with TikTok though is even if you don't have a big following, you can get a huge reach, so you can grow really easily on TikTok. I'm not sure how often the algorithm switches and what it switches to, because I'm not as like hot on TikTok as I was originally on Instagram, but it is amazing. It's a brilliant platform, and like I said, I think it gives smaller creators a massive advantage in trying to grow. And then from there, having multiple platforms, it will then push followers to other platforms for that, essentially, which is the huge benefit of having two, three, four different platforms. I use YouTube, TikTok and Instagram primarily. I found TikTok was really easy to grow on. I find that YouTube is very hard to grow on, but it's nice to be able to express yourself a little bit more on YouTube, and you get to learn a little bit more about the person directly. And then Instagram, just for me, obviously is my baby, because I feel like that is what has got me to where I am today. But yes, I feel like that is just a very small snippet of how social media has literally transformed my life. The good and the bad, the positives and the negatives. But yeah, if you guys have any questions on social media growth or whatever that may be, first of all, I would always send you to Josh Ryan. Like I said before, his social media is amazing. All of his stuff is really motivating, and it also calms you down a little bit when you think, what am I doing wrong? And you realize actually nothing. There's just been a switch in the algorithm, or potentially there's just something you need to switch up, and that's fine. Guys, just stay consistent and enjoy the process. Do what you love, post what you love, post what you are truly passionate about, and results will come. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. very different one. I don't really know how to end it, but I'm super happy that you guys are here. I'm really hoping to be a little bit more on top of my YouTube once the office is ready downstairs. I just have been so messy the past couple of weeks, even months, so I'm really looking forward to getting settled and back into a routine. But yes, have a great day guys, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.